Now WSFA 12 Sports with Justin McNelley.
17 wins in a row now for the Alabama Crimson Tide after its win Saturday night over Kentucky. Raycom News Network reporter Christina Chambers has more from Tuscaloosa.
Well, Alabama has never lost to Kentucky here in Tuscaloosa, and the Crimson Tide continue that streak Saturday night, beating the Wildcats 34-6.
Thought we were a little bit sloppy in the first half. Quarterback struggled a little bit, especially in the passing game. I thought we run the ball effectively. Defensively, we played pretty well.
The Tide's defense came up big, forcing some key turnovers, including Ronnie Harrison's 55-yard fumble return for a touchdown. It's Alabama's 7th non-offensive touchdown on the season, and they now lead the nation in defensive touchdowns.
I dropped the fumble last week and I had to get on it, but this week I was just trying to make sure I picked it up and so I can make a play with it.
We always try each and every week try to get the ball out as much as we can. That's one thing we always try to work on.
It's always an advantage we can score, you know. Throughout the whole week of practice, we force on getting turnovers. And when you get a turnover, scoop and score, and we practice it. We scoop and score every ball that's on the ground, incomplete pass. So that's something we just practice, and it's good to see it come to fruition in the game.
Now Alabama remains undefeated, but Saban believes undefeated is far from perfect as the Tide hit the road for a huge game against Arkansas.
Another win for the Crimson Tide. Alabama landing a commitment from 2017 five-star linebacker Dylan Moses. Moses made the announcement on Twitter earlier today. Moses had originally committed to LSU back in 2013. The Auburn offense had all kinds of success Saturday against Louisiana Monroe. With Rhett Lashley calling the plays, the Tigers racked up 688 yards of total offense. And quarterback Sean White seemed in control the entire game. White tossed 2 touchdown passes to only 3 incompletions. Teammates say he's becoming more comfortable and confident.
Sean, he's always comfortable. Every week he's going to be comfortable. You know, whether he's getting pressure in his face, he's just got a perfect pocket. He's just going to always be confident in his throws and where he's going to place the ball and where he's going to put it. So this game wasn't the only game he was comfortable, but I feel like Sean, he's taking it to a whole nother level.
Oh, sure. I think we're confident. I think the team's confident. Really, we've been doing well on offense, like I said, between the 20s pretty much all year. We've just had to finish finish some drives, and I think we did that today, and it'll get us rolling. And I think we have to continue that momentum next week against Mississippi State.
Hey, and look who was at the game yesterday. Former Auburn quarterback and legendary Troy head coach Larry Blakeney. Auburn has been bringing back former players to hold meet and greets with fans. Blakeney was one of the former players recognized yesterday. Will the men of Troy find a way to win again on the road? Down 6-0 early on, Troy scored 34 straight points en route to a 34-13 victory. Brandon Silvers had a career day, throwing for 373 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jordan Chunn added 137 on the ground and a score. Trojans are 4-1 for the first time since 2000 and 2-0 in Sun Belt play. Now, some much-needed time off as the Trojans are entering a bye week. Stay tuned. We have much more coming your way in Sports Extra, including a big win for the USA and a fond farewell in Braves country.
From WSFA 12 News, this is Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome back into Sports Extra. It's been a down year to date for the Alabama State Hornets, but Saturday they were able to get over the hump. The Hornets knocked off Arkansas Pine Bluff 41-21 for win number 1 of the 2016 season for the Hornets. Quarterback Quinteris Toppings accounted for 3 touchdowns, while running back Khalid Thomas added 2 more. Now, with win number 1 under the belt, it's time to build towards number 2.
We're going to allow these guys to enjoy it and get them to understand how this feels. And I know watching the film, they'll be able to see when we do things right, we can be a pretty good ball club. It's a feeling we hope to keep. We're going to enjoy this one and just go back to the lab and try to find a way to put together another good game plan to hopefully get another one.
Down 16 with 9 minutes to play, things looked bleak for Tuskegee on Saturday, but then the Golden Tigers called on their playmakers to step up and deliver. Wide receiver Desmond Reese balled out the last half of the fourth quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns in the span of a couple minutes to take Tuskegee to a 21-16 come-from-behind win.
He has a heart big as the stadium. What a wonderful guy to coach. And he's been that way ever since he's been here. And it's his time, so he's having a great year.
We still stuck to the same game plan. We just minimized the mistakes, and that was the difference right there. We started executing our plays, and we started driving the ball down the field, and that's what did it.
Have yourself a game. Julio Jones, the former Alabama Crimson Tide receiver, recorded 12 catches for 300 yards in Atlanta's 48-33 win over Carolina. Sorry, Vernon. Jones is the sixth person in NFL history to have 300 yards receiving in a game. Former LA Ram wide receiver Willie Flipper Anderson still holds the record with 336 back in 1989. In the same game, former Auburn quarterback Cam Newton had to leave due to a concussion. Newton was hurt early in the fourth quarter while converting a two-point conversion attempt. Newton did not return to the game. He now must pass the league's concussion protocol before returning to the field. Former Auburn Tiger Kevin Green honored at halftime of the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Green is a 2016 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee while playing with the Steelers from 1993 to 1995. Green, along with Ric Flair and Rowdy Roddy Piper, defeated the NWO at WCW Slamboree 1997. Well, the USA is partying like it's 2008. After 3 straight defeats to Team Europe, the Ryder Cup is back in America. Team USA knocked off Team Europe in dominant fashion, winning 17-11. Ryan Moore clinched the cup right here with this putt on 18, in which Lee Westwood would concede the hole, giving the red, white, and blue its first victory since 2008, and a chance for them to celebrate with the fans. And Atlanta Braves fans such as myself said goodbye to Turner Field today. The TED has been home to the Braves since 1997, but Sunday was the final game at the legendary stadium. Freddie Freeman would score the lone run of the game with this sac fly here to center field. Julio Teheran struck out 12 in the 1-0 victory. SunTrust Park, the future home of the Braves, will open up next year. John, I spent a lot of my childhood sitting in those seats at Turner Field. It's difficult to see it go, but ready for the future here at SunTrust.
Yeah, I bet there's going to be a lot of folks around Atlanta who will look forward to the traffic being better on game day trying to get to that place.
I'm sure it will. I'm hoping they're thinking that the Braves will be better next year.
Yeah, I would imagine that's on their minds too, Justin. Thanks a lot.